Hi, it's Maya here with a quick Friday Reads video. Now I did the try a chapter tag earlier this week where I sampled the first chapters from 7 different books. So if you have watched that, you might know a bit of what I've been reading. The first book that I read from that stack that I tried was The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black, and I've already returned that to the library. It was fine, but it felt a bit too familiar to Holly Black's other fairy books, I guess. It reminded me a lot of Tithe, but it's been such a long time since I read Tithe, it could be that they are actually very different, but that's just the feeling that I got when I read it. It felt a bit too familiar, but there were also scenes that I really liked. For example, there was this quite a creepy scene with people crying at the school. That one might have been my favorite scene. And the next book I picked from the stack I sampled was Fortune's Bond by Rachel Bach. I'm about 100 pages through, and so far I'm really enjoying it. It's exactly what I was expecting. It's a light and fun space adventure where the main character is a guard on this spaceship that seems to get into a lot of trouble. So far there's been some focus on some romantic aspects, but less so than I thought, and I'm finding this really fun to read. I really like the main character, Devi. She's a bit of a hothead, but she's also very good at what she's doing, which is being a soldier. I like how she loves her armor and how dedicated she is to the king of their planet, and she's a lot of fun to follow. I also decided to continue with The Golem and the Genie by Helen Wecker, but I haven't progressed any further than the first chapter with that one. And just today I picked up from the library a graphic novel called Castle Waiting by Linda Medley, and this is volume 1. I was quite surprised that it's so badly plastic wrapped, because that doesn't usually happen with our library books, so I don't know what's happened here. But it's quite a pretty book. I read the first chapter, and I like how there's an ex libris at the beginning, and this is the title page. It's in black and white, and the line work is really clean and crisp, and I really enjoy that. I'm not sure I'm doing the book justice by showing it on camera, but I quite like the clean artwork. And the first chapter has been pretty much the beginning of Sleeping Beauty, and I'm interested in where this goes. It's pretty much about this one town, I guess, with fairy tale characters. It had a cameo by Rumpelstiltskin that I really enjoyed, because he had a seam in the middle of his body, because this is after the Rumpelstiltskin fairy tale that ends, at least in some versions, by him ripping himself in two because he's so angry. So I like that little detail. So what else is new? Well, my comfy red chair that you have seen in some of my videos has now been recycled. It had come to the end of its days, which is sad since I'm now comfy chairless, but it served me well while it lasted, which was quite a long time, to be honest. I had originally bought it from a recycling center, so it was quite an old chair, but now this means that I will have to go shopping for a new one. So I'm trying to keep this pretty short, so I think that was everything. I hope your comfy chairs are really comfy and that the books that you are reading are really good, and I will see you all later.